Attention education pods, please prepare your students. We'll be pulling for class in the next 5 minutes.
All right, gentlemen, school. Pens and pencils should be behind your ears, not in your hands. Tuck in all t-shirts. No hands in your pants. Make sure you have your wristbands on. No talking on the corridor.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a very unusual marriage. In this case, you are responsible for the brains of some 240 students. We do it from a safety and security perspective. We keep the city safe. That's our job. You guys do it by providing education. We hope that what you guys are doing is teaching people to grow out of the problems that have gotten them into jail. The challenge of running a freestanding charter high school inside of a jail is like juggling flaming batons while dancing the polka at the same time. It's two totally different activities. You have to engage two totally different parts of your brain, and you have to be aware of the danger the entire time. I have to be aware that I have 19 different gangs in one jail, and at any given point in time, 2 guys can break into a fight, or 20 guys could break into a fight.
Have any of you ever heard this term ROI?
Return on investment.
Excellent. Can you tell me what that means?
I work from a position that most ex-offenders today are a form of an entrepreneur. And then I work on connecting street terminology to business terminology.
Has anyone ever heard the word keystoning? Okay. On a street level, the term can also be described as doubling up. So you start off with a small amount of money, you sell it, you make a profit, and then you invest that entire amount of money to grow your supply.
Education is power. It can be very transformative. Inmates are people, and people are assets that are to be developed and not failures that need to be controlled.
We grew up hard. I had a single mother. She did what she had to do to raise 3 kids. She basically showed me what hard work means. But at the same time, it couldn't stop me from being in the streets all the time. As you get older, life starts to get realer. You gotta work, you gotta help out with bills, you gotta focus on other stuff outside of the school system. So when you're outside, it's different because a lot of stuff coming at you. This is really my first time in San Francisco County Jail. You know, I've been out for about 9 months now. The school was one of the things that helped me do this time. A high school diploma as an inmate, as somebody that got in trouble, as somebody that's down on their luck right now, and you feel like you can do something when you get out, it's real. It's a real feeling.
Education corridor.
Copy that. I am managing a laboratory for change and have to provide an educational environment which is rich. It's not just regimented and you better go to class.
And what was the problem with the bond?
They wanted complete control.
Yeah, absolute control. Look at one of my questions on the board. It says, are we products of our environment? And in part, I want to argue that, yeah, maybe we are. But we are also products of our own initiative, our own selves, our own desire to grow, to learn. The fact that you're sitting in a classroom right now is evidence that it's not the same everywhere and that you're being treated differently.
It's by force.
It is not.
It is.
If you don't go to school, you're going to get discipline, lock up. If they were sending a list around to say, do you want to go to school or do you not, man, it would be, this motherfucker would be short.
But like he said, I don't have a problem with being here learning education, but whose education is it really? What do we go back to? Most inmates in here, we don't have nothing to do with the 1692. It had nothing to do with us, period. You know, man, it ain't the truth. It ain't the real. It's his story. It's not the story, you know. It's his story.
We don't have success with everybody. I have discovered that some of the guys who seemed most irredeemable are the most repentant and the most willing to change.
Once my father left the house, I actually became a lot more undisciplined. Being in the streets, selling drugs, carrying weapons, the money, the girls, the cars, the shiny things on it really intrigued me. Once you wake up and you want to change, it's just not instantaneous. I've been in the habit of making bad decisions for quite some time.
Because some of you wrote letters to individuals, so maybe you want to send those to those individuals or see if you can. Some of them you wrote as advice to the youth. Did anyone want to share theirs?
27 years ago, myself and about 10 other young men made a conscious decision to selling cocaine, now called crack cocaine, back to the Oakdale projects. Coming here, it's like it's not just a school, because it's helping you to get back to exercising your brain and thinking outside of that box. If I knew then what I know now, I would have said no to participating in anything that brought my community Bayview, Hunters Point, pain, drama, death, black-on-black crime, and genocide. I want to get a bachelor's degree, possibly a master's, and be able to give back to the communities, San Francisco, which I took a lot.
It is only after you have actually seen a person who had a drug problem and was fighting with his wife and had stay-away orders get a high school diploma, get a house, get a job on the outside, that you really begin to believe in that change.
In the U.S. penitentiary system and in our criminal justice system, too much is put the building of prisons at the exclusion of having an effective education system in this country. What better way than to tackle that within the prison/jail system, incarcerated system in the United States? We can produce, because of the good work of the people themselves that are receiving their recognition here today, the kind of graduates that we hope we never see return back to the criminal justice system in jail and on prison.
I'd now like to introduce our first student speaker, William Renshaw. William?
That's William Rentie. R-E-N-T-I-E. I've been in the education hallway corridor now for more than 2 years. I really and truly understand that knowledge is real power, but it is now 2014 and I am a graduate of 5 Keys, and all my struggles, trials, and tribulations, and now wisdom is what is going to take me that much more and make me be an effective tool to combat this gang mentality and gang violence.
At this time, you're going to take your tassel from your left, ceremoniously place it to your right as you're moving on the right track of your education.